can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, Prince, new world, a new fantastic portal through. No one to tell us no, or where to go.
G'day guys, my name's Dave Tran and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play A Whole New World by Zayn and Zhavia. Now I just want to point out that this version is in a different key to the version that Mena, Massoud and Naomi Scott sing in the movie. If you want to learn that version, then there's a link to that in the description below or up here in the annotation card. If you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to take your guitar to the next level, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. For the basics of this song, we won't need a capo, and you'll need your guitar in standard tuning. However, if you want to play the second half of the song, we do need a capo. So there'll be a capo shift mid-song. But if you want to learn the first half of the song, no capo is required. The guitar I'm playing is a Cold Clark Fat Lady 2 with Elixir strings. If you want to find out more, there's a link in the description below. Now the composition of this song is a bit of a masterpiece. It's not your simple 4 chords repeated over and over. And I'm not going to lie, there are some tricky chords here. And if you try to substitute them for simple basic chords, it won't have the same feel as the song. So I've tried to simplify this as much as I can, where I can, but you still do need to play a couple of tricky chords here and there. To simplify this even further, there's only 2 strumming patterns we'll use throughout the whole song. The first one is down, down, up, up, down, up. And the second one is down, down, up. Up here in the annotations, if you see a chord within its own set of brackets, that means it's going to be played for the long strumming pattern. If there's 2 chords within a set of brackets, both those chords are played for the short strumming pattern. So for this first verse, we have the A chord for 3 long strumming patterns. And then we're going to go to 2 short chords. The D/F sharp is first. So from your A, you'll just slide your ring finger up. Your index and middle finger will go on the 2nd frets of the 6th and 3rd strings. That's D/F sharp. And then we're going to an E/G sharp. So your index finger will go on the 4th fret of the 6th string. Pinky will stretch to the 7th of the 5th string. And your ring finger will hit the 6th fret of the 4th. So that's E/G, and so far for the first line of tabs. Down, down, down. Moving on to our next line of chords, we start with the B minor/D. Play that, we'll have our ring finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and index on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. We're strumming from the 4th string onwards, so you have the open D there, which is the basis of the B minor/D. Then we go to a C#7 chord. So to play that, we're going to bar our index finger across the 4th fret, ring and pinky finger go on the 6th frets of the 4th and 2nd string. So that's C#7. Then we're going to go to an F# minor chord, so it's a bar chord here on the 2nd fret. And then F# minor/E, so we'll just slide our index finger down so that open 6th string rings out. Now those 4 chords we just learned are all with the short strumming pattern, so it'll sound like this. Our last 2 chords is a D and A for full strumming patterns. So that's it for verse number 1, and altogether it will sound like this. That first verse is played through twice, and then we get to our first chorus. Our first chorus has 5 lines of chords here. And again, we're following the same rules. If a chord in the annotations is by itself, then we play it for a long strumming pattern. If there's 2 chords within a set of brackets, those chords are played for a short strumming pattern. First line of chords is easy. We have an E major, A, and then E major and A. The next line of chords is where it gets a little tricky. We're going to start with an E/D. So to play that, we have our middle finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and index finger bars across the 4th fret for the 3rd and 1st strings. And we're going to strum from the open D, so 4th string, onwards. And that's E/D. And then we're going to an A/C sharp. Now to play the full A/C sharp, keep your middle finger where it is. Your next finger comes onto the 4th fret of the 5th string, pinky on the 7th fret of the 4th, and ring finger on the 6th fret of the 3rd. And we can hit the open 1st string as well. Now that's the full A/C sharp shape. That pinky might challenge some of you, so you can cheat a little bit and just hit the 5th string, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string, and make sure that 4th string is muted. So that's the easier version of the A/C sharp, but to play the full one, take your pinky finger and put it on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Those two chords are repeated again, so the E/D and then the A/C sharp again. Then for our next two chords, we go to an F sharp minor 7. So it's a F sharp minor bar chord, but you lift your pinky finger. And we go to a B7. So it's the same as that C sharp 7 chord, but just down 2 frets. And then we end with the D/E chord. So from this B7, just slide your index finger down. So it's just barring 4 of these strings. And then your middle finger goes onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that's D/E. And that's played for a full strumming pattern. So the second line of chords goes like this. For our third line of chords, we have an E and an A for a full strumming pattern each. Then we go back to the E, and we're playing an F diminished. So from this E, you just slide your ring finger up 1 fret, middle finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 5th, your next finger will go on the 1st fret of the 6th. We can just focus on the top 3 strings here. And then we'll go to an F sharp minor 7, and then an A7. And those last 4 chords are played for the short strumming pattern. So the third line of chords in total. Then we get to the fourth line of chords, which is very similar to the second line of chords. The only thing that differs is the end section. So instead of a D/E chord, we're going to a G and then an E7 chord. And then we end this chorus with just going back to the A chord for 2 full strumming patterns. So in total, chorus 1 will sound like this. Next we move on to our second verse, and there's an immediate key change here, so very clever composition. So we're going to go to a C chord now. The structure is very similar to the first verse, but because of the key change, all our chords are different now. So C for 3 long strumming patterns. Then our last 2 chords for this line are F/A. So from the C chord, you just move your ring and middle finger down 1 string. And we're going to strum from the open 5th string, which is our A. So that's F/A, and then we go to a G/B. So it's the same as a G chord, but we're focusing on that 5th string as our bass note. Then we have a D minor/F. So we'll play that like a normal D minor, except you want to take your pinky and hit the 3rd fret of the 2nd string there, which leaves your ring finger to hit the 3rd fret of the 4th string, which is the F note. So that's D minor/F, and then we go to an E7, then an A minor, and then A minor slash G. So you take your free pinky finger and put on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And that's A minor slash G. And then we have an F chord and a C chord for a full strumming pattern. So in total, for the second verse, it will sound like this. Moving on, we get to the second chorus, which is of course different to the first because we had that key change. So we're going to start with a G chord, and then a C, G, and C. Again, all those chords are for the long strumming pattern. And then for our second line of chords, we're going to play a G slash F. Now to play this particular G slash F, we'll take our ring and our middle finger and we'll put that on the 8th fret of the 5th and 2nd string. With our free index finger, that will go on the 7th fret of the 1st string. And we need to mute the 4th string as well. So with your middle finger that's reaching over the top to hit the 5th string, make sure that's touching the 4th string so that doesn't ring out. And you should ideally have the 3rd string open though. So that's our G slash F, and then we go to a C slash E. So from this position, keep your ring finger where it is, lift your index and middle, and put them on the 7th frets of the 5th and the 3rd string. And we're going to strum all the strings here, except you want to keep your 4th string muted, and you can easily do that by lightly touching your index finger on it as it's pushing the 5th string down. And that's our C slash E. So those two chords. So we have those two chords twice, and then we go to an A minor 7, a D7, and then an F slash G. So from this D7, keep your index finger where it is. Your ring and pinky finger will go on the 3rd frets of the 6th and 4th string, and your middle finger will come onto the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So that's F slash G. And that's played for the full strumming pattern. So this second line in total. For our third line of chords, we have a G and then our C for a long strumming pattern. And then we go back to a G for a short strumming pattern, and then a G sharp diminished. Now that's similar to our F diminished that we had before, but up at the 4th fret. So 4th, 5th, and 6th on the 6th, the 5th, and 4th strings respectively. And then to end this line of chords, it's back to the A minor 7 and then a C7. So with your free ring and pinky finger, just put them onto the 3rd frets of the 5th and 3rd string. So in total for the third line of chords. And then the fourth line of chords is very similar to the second line of chords, except for the end bit. So instead of going to our F slash G, we're going to go to a B flat. That's for a short strumming pattern. And then we go to our F slash G. And this is where we're going to strum it and then just hold it out, because there's going to be a key change here. So in total for the second chorus. Now in the actual song, after that F slash G, the key change occurs immediately. Now playing this extra key change would be extremely difficult on the guitar if we didn't have a capo and just moved it up to the first fret. So this is what I'm going to implement in this version. But in order to ensure a smooth transition, I'm going to hit that F/G, hold it out, let it ring out, and then as it dies down, I'll put my capo on the first fret and then jump into the instrumental section. So if you have a capo, for the first half of the song, you can put it right on the nut of the guitar. But then after that second chorus, fade it out and then quickly put it onto the first fret, and then we can jump into the instrumental section. So when we get to the instrumental section, we now have our capo on the first fret, and we're going to play the G for 3 long strumming patterns, and then we have a C/E and a D/F sharp for our short patterns. For our second line of chords, we have an A minor/C, so it's the same as an A minor, but you'll take your pinky finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And then we have a B7, then an E minor, D/F sharp, and then G for a full strumming pattern, and then we strum that G for 1 more strum after that full strumming pattern. So that's it for the instrumental section, which will sound like this. After the instrumental, we have the final chorus, which is slightly similar to the second chorus. Everything up until this point, which I've highlighted, is exactly the same as chorus 2, except for the fact that we have the capo on 1st fret now. So we have our G/F shape and our C/E shape, and then we have our E/G sharp. We learnt that shape at the start of the song, so it looks like this. Then we go to an A minor, A minor 7, D7, B flat, and then our F/G. We have a 5th line of chords to end this final chorus. It's just an A minor, which is held out, so there's no strumming pattern here, and then we have an F sharp diminished. So it's the same as our F diminished, but we slide that up 1 fret. And you ideally want to bar your index finger so you can hit that 2nd fret of the 3rd string too. So in total, the final chorus sounds like this. Then we have our outro, which is really nice and easy. There's no strumming pattern here, you're just strumming each chord once. We're starting with the E minor 7 shape, and then F, back to E minor 7, F, back to E minor 7, G, and then we end the song on a nice and easy C. As I mentioned at the start of this video, this version is in a different key to the Mena, Massoud and Naomi Scott version that's sung in the movie. So if you want to learn that version, there's a link to that in the description below. So now I'll be playing through the song in its entirety, and I'll have my good friend Diana lending her beautiful vocals for this playthrough. She's got her own YouTube channel and does some amazing cover videos, so be sure to check out her channel and subscribe. Link is in the description below. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Or if you want to take your guitar to the next level, then check out Guitar Zero to Hero Premium, which is my complete step-by-step guitar course. It'd mean the world if you could hit that like button, hit subscribe, and click the little notification bell as well so that you don't miss out on my updates. Please leave your thoughts, comments, questions, and requests down below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.